Hi, my name is Linda Gould. My piano has a secret. I can't do that on your piano. Okay, are you ready for the secret? Watch this. I can reach a tenth. And it's glorious. And in order to be able to play that Chopin Etude, I need to be able to reach a tenth in order to be able to comfortably access everything that Chopin has required of me. This is the size of your keyboard. Notice I've got the two black notes lined up here, and these guys are a little bit spread out, and look at how much difference there is. As a matter of fact, on this keyboard, an octave is 6.5 inches. On my piano, an octave is 5.5 inches. And there's about 200 of these in the world today. If you don't believe me, let me take you over to my husband's piano and I will show you that this is in fact the size of your keyboard. Okay, I've dismantled my phone and I'm going to pick up my plastic keys, walk over to my husband's piano. Yes, we have his and hers pianos. And here he is. This is just like your piano. And I put my plastic keys up here and you will see that they line up beautifully. Most, if not all, concert pianists have the correct keyboard size for their hand because they have large hands. From the giant Oscar Peterson to tiny Alicia de la Rocha, they can all reach a tenth or more. And that seems to be the magic interval that determines if a professional concert career is possible. This is the distance that I can stretch on a regular size piano. I can barely reach a ninth. And this is the distance that I can stretch on my piano, a comfortable tenth. And this is the cast that I wore for 3 years when I couldn't play at all. But more about that later. I thought if I could show you myself playing a Chopin Etude on both sized keyboards at the same time, it would be obvious what I was experiencing. Unfortunately, even if you slow this video down, it isn't obvious. A really experienced pianist, upon careful observation, can see a difference, but it isn't obvious. Small distances make a big difference when you're playing advanced repertoire. Small distances are the difference between playing a piece and not playing a piece, having a career and not having a career, enjoying Beethoven sonatas and jazzy tenths, or struggling through them. Even though you can't see the difference, you can hear it. It looks like I'm managing just fine on the large keys. But the soundtrack you hear is the one from myself playing the small keys. Would you like to hear what it sounded like when I played the large keys? Ouch! That is painful to play and to listen to. What you can't see is the pain in my forearm from trying to reach chords that are simply out of my reach. But take a look at this. When I play a chord on the little keys, my hand is slightly curved and acts as a shock absorber as I strike the chord. You can see on the big keys, my fingers are outstretched to the max. There's no shock absorption, and a bolt of lightning goes up my arm. Here's another chord and exactly the same situation. And when this happens over and over again, it causes damage. These shock absorbers that happen when our hands are playing the right size keys are the key to playing in control and playing with beautiful technique. And finally, you can see on the narrow keys above, I'm already at the note, whereas on the large keys, I've got a long way to go and very little time. I've loved piano my whole life. I studied at university, played in various competitions, and took all the RCM exams. There's my grandson playing violin. But until I got the narrow keys for my piano 20 years ago, I felt like I was hiking up a mountain in oversized footwear. If you learn violin, you start on graduated sizes. Guitars come in graduated sizes. Even cellos come in graduated sizes. As a matter of fact, there's even a ladies' size. Isn't that lovely? When are we going to get pianos and keyboards for children, women, and men that don't have large hands? We are the majority. So, about that cast. I wore this cast in my early 20s for 3 years. I couldn't use my hand. The damage occurred right near the end of Prokofiev's 7th Piano Sonata in a concert. For those of you who were smart enough to stop playing the big works before you damaged your hands, bravo. But wouldn't you love to play a 10th? Wouldn't you love to play the big works? Wouldn't you love a keyboard like this? I've had my keyboard for 20 years and I haven't had to wear a cast at all. No more pain. And I can play anything I want. I would love to start a conversation with you right here, right on this YouTube, right in these comments below. Do you agree with me? Do you think this is crazy? Do you want to try something like this? Have you tried something like this? Are you one of the other 200 people in the world that own one of these pianos? It has been absolutely life-changing for me, and I know there are thousands of pianists out there that love the piano as much as I do. And when you find something that is so amazing, you want to share it with the world. So that's what I'm doing with this video. I'm sharing it with the world. Thank you very much for listening. Please give me your comments. And my world would be perfect if I could just have a keyboard like this that I could take with me to gigs. Something that everyone could afford. Maybe that is going to come. Thanks for listening.